Hey, what's up, you guys? It's your girl Eliza J, and oh my god. So, if you're a K-pop fan in any way, shape, or form, over the past month, I guess, you've probably heard the name Burning Sun come up and Sungri come up in conversation quite a bit. And I don't think I have ever been this shocked by a K-pop scandal in all my years of being a K-pop fan, because this one just keeps going and going, with more people being added to the list that are coming down hard with this scandal. And I guess let me give you like a quick rundown in case you have been sleeping under a rock and you have no idea what's going on. It's so much, it's gonna be even hard for me to put into words everything, but let me try to summarize as best as I can what all is happening right now in the K-pop world. So, Sungri, he is a member of Big Bang, was a member of Big Bang, he's retired now, we'll get to that, but he owns a club called Burning Sun. About a month ago or so, there were reports about two different separate reports. One where a man was like beat up at the club, and then another one where people were claiming that like the DJs and the staff there had drug and sexually assaulted people. And though this was at Sungri's club, technically he wasn't responsible for any of those things yet. Like, he was supposed to like have responsibility and like say sorry and stuff because like it's his club, but like he didn't do these things himself. And so yes, it was a scandal, but it seemed like it was something that, you know, with the proper like YG attention to it, it could have been, you know, something that they move on and move from, like other scandals they've had in the past. But then shit hit the fan. And like, at first I was just like, no, there has to be like some misinformation. This can't be right. There's no way this is happening. But it's not looking good at all. But it seems that Sungri may be a part of, and a big part of, a prostitution ring, and that he's also been in group chats with other idols such as, what's his name, Jung something. I have stuff up on my computer all about all of these scandals. But it's him and another guy and a guy, Mr. Yu, his CEO, who are all going to be going into questioning tomorrow, I believe, in Korea, over the prostitution ring, the sharing videos of girls without their consent in like sexual situations. And it's just a whole huge mess, and it keeps getting bigger, and every day it's like, oh, I think this guy was in the group chat, or this guy was in the group chat, and it's just, oh my god, like, this is insane. Like, it's insane because these things have never like hit the fan quite like this has hit the fan. But the idea of like sexual misconduct going on in the K-pop world, not a surprise. Not by any means. Like, in entertainment industry all around the world, in America, Korea, anywhere, you know there's sexual misconduct going on. And as you've seen in America with like the Me Too movement, people are being more vocal about it. It's coming to light. And I think that's kind of what's happening in Korea. It's catching up to people who have been doing it for way too long. And I say that it's catching up, but I also, here's the thing, I'm always one for a little bit of conspiracies because I just don't trust things. And while I don't know whether these people are guilty of, well, they kind of did say they're guilty, like Sungri and the other idol, they are retiring from the industry and they're like, we're guilty. So that being said, I think they're guilty and that they should, you know, pay for the crimes that they do, because that's what happens when you do crimes. But I strongly believe that they are the scapegoat. I think this whole situation is way bigger than what the public is being led to believe. Like the way they're painting this picture, it seems like, oh, Sungri's like this big mastermind behind all of this, like prostitution ring, when I guarantee you it's the corrupt people in the Korean government and corrupt politicians and corrupt like rich people higher up than him. But Sungri's the scapegoat because Sungri got caught up and got caught. I think that this is way bigger than some K-pop scandal. I think that there needs to be a lot more investigations into the higher ups, but there's this really good thread, and I'm gonna pull it up here in a second on Twitter from someone who's in Korea, and a lot of the things in it make you think and make you kind of be like, that's a little suspicious, and they should probably do something about it, which I don't really know what much you can do when literally the people who are supposed to be investigating are the people who are also corrupt. So yeah, that's a whole thing, but give me a second, let me pull it up, and let's just dive into this conspiracy and these thoughts, because I'm just like, it just seems like these past few weeks there's just so much coming out. You can't go a day without Korean news media talking about this scandal. So I'm like, we got to talk about this. We got to digest this a little bit, because there is a lot going on. And also this drastically changes the K-pop world. I mean, Sungri is a part of Big Bang, one of the biggest K-pop bands to ever be a part of K-pop. Like, this is huge. This is so huge. And the things that these guys are being booked for are like, it's terrible and it's terrifying. Like, most scandals in Korea, so-and-so are dating or whatever, and people, and like, that's like, it doesn't even matter, like, compared to what's going on, like, with drugs, prostitution, and sharing videos of girls who have no idea that their videos are being shared or being filmed, and so much. But let me get to this conspiracy, because y'all, I swear there's more going on. There's so much more going on than what we see. So hold on. Okay, so the Twitter handle is K_fact_. And I saw this in one of the comments under the post, like from like either Soupy, Korea Boo, All K-pop, who knows, because they've all been posting about these scandals all week. But someone said you should like take a look into this, because it's like this whole big thing. And like I was saying, I didn't think that it was just like, this is a prostitution ring. There are other people involved. And most likely, and it usually is, politicians or people with more money and like big businesses and stuff like that. And so basically in this Twitter thread, she talks about like all the different things connecting, like going back to like, I think 2010, and how a detective who was trying to investigate the corruption ended up dying in like a mysterious death, and like how that is connected to things going on now. It's like, it's really a long thing, and I'm not gonna like read all of it, but basically what it's getting at is that this goes way beyond the burning sun. This goes way beyond Sungri. This is a whole giant thing. And also you have to think about like SOPA, which is getting swept under the rug, which, if you don't know what that situation is, basically at this performing arts school in Seoul, the kids made a video explaining how their principal had been soliciting those kids basically for like inappropriate things, and no one's really talking about it. I haven't really heard much being done about it, and I keep hearing about Sungri, but not about this. But all of these cases are involving like sexual harassment, sexual assault, and it seems like they're using Sungri to be the focus for things so that people don't notice, like, oh, over here we have this principal basically pimping off kids to politicians, big business, you know, rich people who give money to the school, stuff like that. And I think this whole scandal has brought to light there are a lot of deep running issues in Korea when it comes to protecting people from crimes like this, from sexual crimes. And I think it's something that needs to be talked about worldwide more so than it does. And I think there needs to be something done. And I'm like, I honestly don't even know what to do, because if the police are corrupt, the government are corrupt, these are the people that you're expecting to handle crimes and issues. What do you do? How do you take down a corrupt system when they are in charge of everything? Like, I don't even know where to begin. And like, this whole situation just has me feeling sad and disappointed, and I hurt for all the victims involved in all of this, all the people who have been used by these men in power. And I wish there was something that could be done about it, which I'm sure there is. I don't have the kind of law education to know what to do about it, but I am pleading with people out there to get involved and figure out a way to actually help these victims, and don't just let Sungri be the scapegoat that goes to prison and then no one talks about these issues anymore, and these things continue to happen because he's not even probably the one who started all this. Like, I guarantee you, he's not. So this goes beyond Sungri, and while I understand he's the focus right now and it's a big hot topic to talk about, I hope that this scandal will do more than talk about, like, oh, how bad K-pop artists are, but how corrupt the system is and how it needs to be fixed. I feel like that's what everyone needs to take away from this, and that's what people need to focus on, and trying to figure out something to help fix this broken system that is not just in Korea, but around the world. Like, we even have a whole prostitution ring scandal going on in America right now that is tied to our fucking president. Like, ugh. It's just, it's so much. And with this, I really hope that even without Sungri, that like Taeyong, Daesung, GD, and all of them continue to like make music. I don't want this to be the end for everyone, because that's not fair, you know? If they were not involved in this at all and had nothing to do with it, it shouldn't be fair that this is the ending of their careers either. And I worry about all of the younger groups who are at YG right now. A lot of this, I blame YG for too. Like, you should have done a better job about keeping your artists in check, and you should have been more clean and narrow. And like, these things don't happen without you knowing about them, I don't think. I feel like that's just, that's ignorant thinking. I feel like there's knowledge there, and that action should have been taken a long time ago, but you let things get too far. And I just hope that you take better care of the artists that you do have, like iKON, Blackpink, Winner. And I fear for their future, because it's going to be really hard to come back from something this damaging as a company. And there's so much talented young people in YG right now that deserve, one, more support than they get, and two, deserve not to have their futures ruined because of irresponsible, like, Sunbae, I believe is the correct term, above them. Like, it's not fair to them, and I really hope that people won't judge them for being a part of the same company that this scandal is related to, because that's not fair to them either. Overall, this is a whole hot mess, and it's still playing out, and I'm sure I'll come back to talk about this again with more updates, because there was also a reporter who said that in the next coming weeks, like, this is just the tip of the iceberg, that there's going to be more and more things exposed. And ooh, child, it's a lot to take in, and I'm going to continue to watch this unfold, and I'm going to continue to speak out about these issues, because that's what needs to be done and what people should do. And let me just say, this scandal particularly affects me because I never thought that someone in Big Bang would be capable of the things that they're saying Sungri has done. And it breaks my heart to hear these things. It's like hearing from someone you looked up to, an older brother, older sister, that they're just this huge criminal and has done things that you can't even imagine. And it truly, as a fan of Big Bang, hurts my heart. All of this is just very overwhelming and sad and disappointing to me. And I just, like, this coming after, like, the whole R. Kelly documentary and all of that, it's just like, I'm so disappointed in people. And I'm so disappointed that these things have been allowed to go on for so long. Like, the world's disappointing sometimes. And sometimes your favorite people are not what you think. And that is the saddest reality that I'm getting from this. That it seems like the care, the safety, the well-being of women are always put on the back burner. And that's so extremely disappointing. And it's got to change. It has to change. So, that being said, please comment down below what you're thinking about all of this scandal. If you think that this is also a part of a bigger conspiracy that involves a corrupt government, like I do. And please comment down below that you'll still support other artists like Icon, Blackpink, Winner, Lehigh, and those who are there working hard, trying to be the best artists they can be, and are no way involved in this scandal and should not be lumped into this scandal. And support the remaining members of Big Bang, because this is going to be tough on them. It's going to be hard. It seems like every time I turn around and look, there's something going on with the members of Big Bang, and they've contributed so much to the K-pop world that it's really hard to see and to witness, especially for me, as them being the first K-pop group I ever got into. So it takes a toll on my K-pop heart, and I have a lot of emotions and feelings, but I am a firm believer that if you commit the crime, then you do the time. And as now it appears that Seungri did commit the crime, and I can't support, that kind of behavior, that kind of harassment. And I may be a Big Bang fan, but I am what's the word I'm looking for? Mature enough to step back and see when they are in the wrong and to know when to take my support away. Am I taking my support away from Big Bang? No, because the other members have not done anything wrong. But I'm not going to stand by and be like, oh, Seungri's innocent and Seungri doesn't deserve to be punished. When you commit the crime, you should. So that's where I stand on that. I pray for the victims of this scandal, all of the women who have been shared in that chat who didn't want that, the women who may have been sexually assaulted at the Burning Sun, and the women who were a part of the prostitution ring who did things that they probably didn't want to. And I just hope that this brings to light those who have done wrong and that justice can be served. And I hope to learn more about the deeper things going on behind closed doors in Korea, because I think it's time we rip those doors wide open and flush out, clean out all of that bad energy and bad and evil spirits and get to a better, brighter place and safer place for the K-pop community. So I think that's enough for this video. I am interested to hear the rest of you guys' opinions on all of this, and yeah, I think that's all I can say right now. I love you guys. I want you guys to keep being positive people into the world and spread light into these dark times. And today, if you are in Texas like I am and are going to South by Southwest, when you see Icon on that stage, give them a big cheer and send them all their loves, because as the junior group to Big Bang, that they're probably going through tough times right now too and need all the love and support that they can get. So I can't wait to see you guys tonight. Yeah, I'll catch back into you as this drama continues to unfold. Yeah. I love you guys. Happy K-pop Wednesday. Bye.